is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
All right. There he is, locked and loaded and ready to enjoy a bye week, huh? Yeah, you got that week off, kid. How about that? All right? Is that what you're doing? Oh, you're muted. Muted. Can't hear you. Mute.
No.
We got you now. We got you now. So you what do you got? What plans do you have for the bye week? Are you going to Vegas with me? What are you doing?
Try more like Legoland with my 8-year-old, Big O. That's the big party weekend that I'm getting off on Saturday. My brother is taking my godson to Legoland. He wanted to see if we can get the kids together to hang out, and so I figured why not do that on a Saturday.
It's a cool place to go, man.
Yeah. We took the kids there about 5 years ago before COVID and all that stuff happened, and they had a good time. But now they're older, so if there's no good thrill rides or they're gonna give me the on board face. So I'm hoping they behave themselves on Saturday.
Yeah, it's not really a thrill ride place, it's a kids kids rides. Yeah, it's what it is. But it's good stuff there for the kids, and you know what? Good start for the Canes, dude. Back to boring football, which we've talked about in the past. They just look solid now. They look well coached. It's a pleasure to watch. What's developed overall, man. I just really, really happy with the direction, and really happy for Mario too, man.
Yeah, I mean, listen, they've gotten off to a great start, and I've been sitting there looking at all these numbers, comparing what they were a year ago to now, and they're the most improved team in the ACC, hands down. I mean, just offensively, defensively, all the categories, you go up and down the list, they're by far the most improved team in the conference. And look, they had a long way to go, right? They had a lot of room to grow, but the results are real, and I think the fact that they, like you said, they're having boring games where they're taking on teams that they should dominate, and then they're doing it with ease, I think is a very, very encouraging sign. With that said, I will say, the schedule does get tougher. There's some good teams, some good quarterbacks, offenses that they're going to face, and so we'll see how they respond when we get into league play.
Yeah, no, and that's what you want to see, dude. See, here's where you've made progress. You're now beating the teams you used to struggle with.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
100%.
So that to me is a pleasure. That's why I'm not getting too high or too low, but I'm extremely happy that you are now playing up to the potential of your talent compared to these lesser talented schools, and do what you're supposed to do. That's step one, because you weren't able to do that over the last few coaches. You have failed to actually outperform those kind of teams on a consistent basis. Now, the next step is, okay, how much have you cut the gap between you and Florida State?
Right.
Can you hang with Clemson if you end up meeting with them? That kind of stuff. Of course, when those kind of games come around, North Carolina State, those kind of games, we know those are going to be the test for Miami. But at least so far, I got to say, you've passed one test for me. You're playing at least responsible and respectable football at this point.
Yeah, and one thing I've been spending a lot of time doing is just looking at the league as a whole, right? Because obviously they play an unbalanced schedule. You've got 14 teams competing for 2 spots, and you no longer have the division path to get to the ACC championship game. So you have to be one of the 2 best, no matter what. And the thing I'll say is, look, there's some other teams that Miami has to beat, and certainly I think has to try to finish ahead of if they're going to have any chance of getting that ACC championship. One of them is Louisville. I know that's one of these games down the road. It's the second to last game of the season. It's the final home game way back, way in November. But that's a team right now that's 4-0. They've gotten off to a really good start in the conference, beating Georgia Tech, blowing out Boston College. They've got a good offense. And that's one of those teams that they don't play Clemson or Florida State. So they're kind of in position where they can only, maybe they run the table and only lose one game to Miami. Well, you can't have that second loss. So for Mario, my whole point of saying all this is you can't let your foot off the gas pedal for Miami, right? Uh-huh. Because there's other teams that could be in position, no matter how great a year it turns out to be, even if you beat Clemson, even if you, handle business and only lose one game. tiebreaker here or there could keep you out of the ACC championship, and that would sour things. I think at this point, this team really wants to get to that conference championship game, and they got to play their best every week.
Oh yeah, and I think you got the kind of coach that's going to keep you focused. Plus, you've accomplished jack shit. So you're not you're not a program that's arrived or anything like that. You're not even there yet. So you need to keep working your ass off to get to the point where you've arrived and you're respected and you're back to actually being the you. You're not back to being the you yet. And listen, we got a great example right in front of us with Florida State. They won a gutsy game this past week where I believe they did not lead the entire game until the end.
Till overtime. Right? Yeah.
Till overtime. That was impressive to be able to fight back, claw back for that victory. That's a really good team there at Florida State. That was that resiliency was super impressive this week.
Yeah. And their quarterback playing banged up, Jordan Travis with the left shoulder. He slices his hand in that game as well. Stayed focused. I mean, they were down 24-17. Clemson had the ball, and their defense stepped up and made a huge play. That's what championship winning teams do. So I'm really looking forward to that game in November when Miami's got to go up to Tallahassee. That's going to be a lot of fun. But you're right, I mean, this is a much improved football team. They're exciting to watch. They're going to be more exciting to watch here in the next few months.
I'm looking forward to it. Next up is
Georgia Tech.
Georgia Tech. I mean, I know that they're trying to turn that program around too, but again, this should be another one of those games that you should handle.
You would think so, but I'll tell you this: one thing you got to look at with Georgia Tech and the job that Brent Key is doing there. They are also one of the most improved teams in the league. They're averaging close to 17 more points per game than they were a year ago. They're 44th in scoring. They're top 30 in yards per play. They're one of the best rushing teams in the country. They their quarterback, the transfer they got in from Texas A&M, they can put up points. Where they're susceptible is defense, and that's where you hope that this offense that Miami's got cranking right now. They got top 5 offense in a lot of statistical categories. That they just keep pouring it on, and the defense steps up and gets a few stops in that game. But I will say this for the Miami fans who think, oh, that's Georgia Tech, it's going to be easy. I would say that was one of their tougher conference games. One of the of the 8 games, I would put that in the top 4 in terms of tougher opponents.
Is Tyler Van Dyke playing better than he did 2 years ago?
Yes. Yes, he is.
His accuracy overall has been really, really good, dude. It's been incredibly consistent.
I think the difference is the decision making. He got to audible in and out of plays, out of rushing plays and passing plays with Rhett Lashley 2 years ago. But I feel like he's got an even better grasp of what they need to do on offense, right? Like just getting to the line of scrimmage, recognizing, hey, there's some safety help on this side. Hey, they're bringing a linebacker from this side. Reading the defense and making the adjustments, and that just comes with time and age and maturity. And look, he's doing everything he has to do.
Yeah, no, I mean, I've been really impressed with him. Colby Young, that was one hell of a catch for a touchdown. I really like what I'm seeing out of that kid because there's like a clutchness to him, and I think when you get to those bigger games that we're talking about, that's the kind of talent you're going to need in certain moments.
Yeah, no, and you're going to need a guy who can go up and make a big play, and that's what he brings you. I mean, he's 6'4", over 200 pounds, just big body length, and explosive.
He high pointed the hell out of that one, bro.
Oh, there's no question. And Florida State's got some big dudes. They've got some guys that are going to hit them and try to dislodge the ball from them. And you think about that matchup. You think about Clemson. They have legitimate 4- and 5-star, former high school recruits that are playing those positions for them and are going to make it tough on them. So you need guys in those kind of games with his gifts to deliver and make plays. You saw it at the end of that Florida State Clemson game on Saturday, right? Keon Coleman, big receiver, goes up, catches the winning touchdown, makes the plays. And so look, Mario's done the right job in terms of the body types here, right? I mean, he went out and he's the one who got Colby Young He's the one that went out and got a Nez Cooper, who was, I think, ranked in the thousands among the high school recruits. Somebody who was kind of overlooked in the state of Alabama. Made him his right guard. Made him lose all that weight. This building a football team is not easy to do, but Mario makes it look a little easier maybe than other people do. And I think he's got the right ingredients in terms of body types to go into that Florida State and Clemson game and give Miami a legitimate shot to win.
Yep, I'm with you there. What do you got going on in the Athletic so folks can check you out?
Yeah, a ton of coverage on the ACC and college football and recruiting as always. We had our first Heisman straw poll. I was one of the 35 writers / editors who provided votes. I got Tyler Van Dyke on there. I'm the one who put Tyler Van Dyke on that list. I think he's playing at such a high level right now. Without him, Miami wouldn't be 4-0 and 18th in the country. And I wanted to give him a little shout out, make sure that people start paying attention to what he's doing, because I think everybody's looking at what's going on in the Pac-12 conference with Caleb Williams and Michael Penix and Shedeur Sanders and all these great quarterbacks that they have out there. Even the kid from Washington State who are putting up ridiculous numbers, and that's where the focus is. But I think between Jordan Travis and Tyler Van Dyke, the ACC's having a pretty good year too. And those guys are playing at a very high level, helping their teams win. And so hopefully Tyler gets some Heisman consideration this year.
No live blogging from Legoland there on the Athletic?
None for me. I will be podcasting tomorrow. I will be doing a little bit of writing this week, and then I'm taking off for Legoland on Friday night.
I was looking forward to some live blogging from Legoland. I mean, filling us in on everything going on in Legoland is.
Yep. Listen, man, I wish it was a Vegas trip, man. But once you make that decision to be a father, it's a serious responsibility. What can I tell you?
That's it. Come on, bro. I'm gonna go see you two in the Sphere the first night. Come on.
See, I would love to do that trip with you, brother. I would love to go have some fun and listen to you two. One of the best bands ever, for sure.
Yeah, baby. And in the Sphere, woo! Can't wait for that on Friday. Opening night for that. And I'm going back December 8th and 9th to see them twice. Because I was already going to go for the 8th and the 9th.
Yeah.
The thing is, we Showtime has now part of our platform, so I'm going for the Canelo fight, and so the weekend is you two in the Sphere, Canelo and Jamel Charlo, and then on Sunday I'll do the Dolphins pre and post game show from Tommy Rockers, which is a Miami Dolphins bar in Las Vegas.
Wow, that sounds like a lot of fun, man. Hopefully. It's going to be a great weekend.
A weekend where, I'm really not working. That's the way I kind of look at it. You know what I mean?
Hey, listen, man. Dan Le Batard told me a long time ago, we're all stealing money doing this job. And he's right.
Amen. 33 years of stealing money, baby. I love it. Follow him on Twitter at Manny_Navarro. Manny, as always, thank you, my brother. Have a safe and great weekend.
You too, brother. Take care.
Thank you. There you go. The great Manny Navarro, our Caneswear Miami Hurricanes report. Hey, use our code BIG010. You will get 10% off online or in person. Caneswear.com. Order over $99 and you will get free shipping. Use our code BIG0. You will get 10% off at Caneswear.com.